And so this is someone who's opted to be in the Advantage plan system instead of original Medicare with a supplemental plan. So what must they do and can they do during the open enrollment period? Welcome to Medicare School Daily, where we help you understand Medicare, save money, avoid making mistakes, and above all else, get the most out of your Medicare benefits. Now, today's topic is switching Advantage plans during Medicare's annual enrollment period, which happens every year between October 15th and December 7th. First off, if you're on Advantage plan, one of the most important things you can remember is this date, October 1st. Now, annual enrollment period is not started yet. We're still 2 weeks away, of course, but October 1st, what's going to happen is the company is going to mail you a packet of information, and it's a very important packet. You need to open the packet up. That's my biggest piece of advice to you. Open the packet up to see what they're doing with the plan, because Advantage plans are only really written for 1 year at a time, and that's a 1-year agreement between Medicare, the insurance company, and you. And so what Medicare tells the insurance company is that they have to be true to that plan for that year. But going into the next year, they can really change whatever they want to. And so that's why you're going to open the packet when it comes around October 1st. If you don't have that packet by, let's say, October 10th to the 15th range, then I would call the company and let them know, hey, I did not get my annual notice of change, and they'll send that information out to you. So you're going to open the packet, and here's what we're looking for. We're going to see, first off, have they changed the premium for the plan? Now, when you're on an Advantage plan, you're going to have typically a pretty low premium. You got to pay Medicare their portion, but the premiums are either zero or very low when it comes to Advantage plans. But you need to make sure. Maybe you're on a zero plan this year, and they're going to move it to 25 next year on a monthly basis. You want to definitely check out the premium. Are they changing the copay? So you may be able to go this year to the doctor for $5 or $10 copay, and next year it's zero, or maybe it's $20. Sometimes they'll change the specialist copay or your scans, diagnostic type imaging scans, hospital stays, skilled nursing stays. And so they can change those copays, and sometimes there's quite sharp increases with those. Is the network changing? Your doctor may be covered this year. Are they going to be covered next year? The hospitals that you want to go to, are they covered in the network? So you want to make sure that you're still happy with that network. Any changes that have been made, they're going to be adversely affecting you. And then medication changes. When you have an Advantage plan, about 95 to 97% of the time, there is an embedded drug plan. You have a Part D plan that's part of that package. It's embedded, and you have to take that plan. And so you have to make sure that you're still comfortable with how that plan is going to cover your specific medications. And that's very easy to do. We actually have a system that does that, but we're going to put your medications in there and make sure that you have adequate coverage. Sometimes those plans will drop a medication. Maybe there's a medication covered this year that's a brand name that you're taking, and now they're only going to cover the generic. Well, that's a big deal if the generic does not work for you. So you've got to make sure you know what meds are being added or dropped from the plan. And then lastly, Advantage plans are the plans that usually offer some perks, gym membership, some dental benefit, maybe vision, sometimes hearing aids, sometimes over-the-counter type credits that you can go online or go through a catalog and buy over-the-counter type items. And they also sometimes are going to offer what's called a Part B reduction. But the point is this: you want to know what perks are going to be available next year, because again, those plans can change them. Sometimes they add perks, sometimes they take away perks. And so you want to make sure you're real clear on what they're changing in the plan. The annual notice of change will reveal all that to you. It's not complicated to figure out. They'll disclose everything. They're not going to hide anything. You just got to take the time to make sure you're aware of what's going on. All right, so now let's talk about then how you can get help, because most people do not go this alone. If you try to do it alone, you don't save yourself any money whatsoever. And so we'd be delighted to help you. And so during these dates, October 15th, December 7th, now again, we looked at the ANOC, the annual notice of change, to see what's happening. And let's say we're unhappy or we want to see if there's anything better. What you can do during the dates, it's about 7 weeks here, you can go to our website, medicareschool.com, and we have a schedule of all the different Medicare guides that are available, or you can actually just call in live to our 800 number, 864-8890. And what you're going to do is actually you can set up an appointment if you'd like with one of our certified Medicare school guides. Now, one of the advantages to the guides, number one, is that they're very, very well trained. We write business all over the country, so we're well versed in every market. The guides are also independent in that we're brokers. As a company, we're not beholden to any insurance company whatsoever. We write business for all of them, but we don't have to write for any one company because because we don't believe one size fits all. We know that people have different situations, different doctors, different meds, just different needs. And so we're going to make sure we take what the client needs and match it up with the right company and the right plan. And so that's the beauty with the Medicare School Guides. They can give you unbiased information totally, because we don't work for an insurance company. We work for you, our client. And so we'll set up an appointment, and what we're going to do to make sure that you are making the right decisions as far as your Medicare options are concerned is we are going to get a list of your medications. If you're taking a brand name, we want that. If it's generic, we want that. And we also know your pharmacy choices. We typically like a couple of those, so we can kind of shop that to make sure that you're going to be on a plan that's going to have a preferred pharmacy pricing, because preferred pharmacy pricing is better than standard pricing. And sometimes people have to actually switch pharmacies, but it's well worth it sometimes because the savings is substantial. So we get medications, the name of the medication, dosage frequency, as well as the pharmacy or pharmacies you would like to use. And we also tell you what the mail order price would be in addition to that. And then thirdly here, then we'll shop all the plan options for you. Again, we're brokers, so we write for everyone. And so we'll put all this into our system. We'll look at all the plans. We can verbally tell those to you, or we can do a screen share or a Zoom, however you want to do it. But we'll share all the plan options with you to make sure you know everything that's available, because we want to find the right plans. And we'll also check networks, especially if we're going to be on an Advantage plan. They have HMOs and PPOs, and if we go that direction, we got to make sure that your doctors, specialists, hospitals are going to be within the network. And then lastly here, all the help that's done through MedicareSchool.com, whether you set an appointment through our website or you call into our office, it is going to be totally free to you. Now, we don't work for free, but you don't have to pay us. When we write a drug plan or an Advantage plan or a supplemental plan, the company that we select, that really you select, that we set all that coverage up with, will actually pay us a commission. And so it doesn't cost you anything for our services. There's no additional money added to your bill, because the price is all the same. Whether you went right to an insurance company or you used whoever used us, the price to you is always the same. Now, I think the service varies, the education and knowledge varies. And so we are the kind of company that does everything A to Z. Anything that you need, we will help you with that. And so I want to make sure you know that all of our services to you are totally free, because the insurance company actually pays us. It's illegal to charge fees for any kind of a Medicare plan. And so that's why the insurance company always takes care of the agent. All right, so that's what we offer to you during the open enrollment period, and it'd be our privilege to assist you further if you need some additional help. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video, and I do hope that it was helpful. Now, if you feel like you need to learn more about Medicare to make sure you're making the right Medicare decision, really the best way and the easiest way to do that is to go to MedicareSchool.com. That's MedicareSchool.com, and you'll be given the opportunity to click on Get the Free Workshop. We call that the Essentials Workshop, and I do all the teaching, and there you'll learn all the ins and outs of Medicare to make sure that you have an accurate and thorough understanding of how Medicare works. The second thing you can do is click where it says Talk to a Medicare Guide, and there you can actually set up a time where you can discuss your situation with the Medicare Guide. They'll explain all your options, and they'll actually even walk you through the enrollment process as well, if that's what you need to do. And so go to MedicareSchool.com, watch the workshop, or talk to a Medicare Guide. It would be our privilege to assist you further.